Why are one-hit wonders celebrated in art but looked down upon in music? That's a DM I got, and I don't know the answer, but I would infer that it's simply because of our much larger musical education than our visual arts education. If you think about it, in a random week, we probably listen to 10x the amount of hours in music than we would spend actually looking at visual arts. Multiply that by the span of your life, and any average given person has a much more in-depth understanding of music than of the visual arts. It is therefore only logical that it would be easier for them to be able to detect quality, to not get caught up just with a first dazzling song, but to be able to then want to require that that author is capable of reinventing themselves again and again, not only in a single album, but through a variety of albums, because that's what you would expect if you understand music, right? You would want to see that through 5 albums at minimum, someone was constantly challenging the system and introducing a contribution that is substantial and that would denote an investigative boldness and creativity that it is rare. In the world of the arts, nevertheless, we see an artist that does the same thing again and again and again, and everyone celebrates it because everyone is dazzled by that first showmanship of talent, or by that first idea. It just simply doesn't occur to people that we should demand the same levels of difficulty to the visual arts. At the same time, the other component that I think is functioning here is the market. The music market is a mass market, right? Anyone can purchase music, anyone can subscribe to music. Therefore, it is the entire market that decides what is good, and there's space for all kinds of different musicians. Mass popular stuff, and then highly, intellectual, more cliche, niche stuff. Nevertheless, in the arts, the market is very, very reduced. In general, it's a small market of scarcity, of high-priced luxury goods that are sold to a tiny, wealthy elite. Therefore, the market has to agree on what has value. And that's very difficult to do, and is partially constructed by those who are in power. Those who are in power, that generally are the galleries, the curators, the influencers, that all tend to be connected, working together to make sure that some artists are the ones that are priced at the right level, so that that group can enrich themselves from the profit of those sales. Therefore, there isn't much space to actually criticize which artists are actually good, which ones aren't. And generally, whenever any artist actually creates a one-hit wonder, there's such a quantity of people that have invested high quantities of money in that one-hit wonder artist that they no longer want their money to be devalued afterwards. So they need to stick with the one-hit wonder for the rest of their career, because otherwise their investment will have been devalued. At the same time, the one-hit wonder artist generally doesn't have the balls to continue investigating and getting out of that money-making formula. And therefore, they basically sell out and continue to do the same formulaic system. Because the audience doesn't know any better, they continue to follow whatever the critics tell them is good. Nevertheless, that's not what we should do. We should start demanding from the arts similar levels of requirements and difficulty as we would demand from other artistic fields, so that hopefully we can truly achieve the highest capabilities within contemporary art today. Yeah, something like that. And again, that would be my guesstimate. If you want me to ramble about anything, just send me a DM. I'll give it my best try. Thank you so much. Have a great Saturday.